Now imagine this. You've spent years playing games, but you've never created anything of your own. And that was exactly me. Before I decided I didn't want to play games anymore, I wanted to make them. Because most people think that playing games is more fun than actually making them, and at the first level, yeah, they're right. But real fun has 4 layers, and game development wins harder the deeper you go. To separate these 4 layers, I've made what I call the fun depth framework, and the bottom layer of the fun depth framework is instant fun. So let's say you just want some quick dopamine, you just want some enjoyment, you just want to kill a few hours, right? You might say, yeah, it's Friday, I've worked hard today, whatever it might be. Sure. Killing a few hours with playing games instead of making a game or learning how to make a game, actually playing a game in that scenario, that's going to be more fun. It's going to be more fun in the moment. I totally agree. When you are doing something that gives you instant dopamine, like this enjoyment hormone, basically it's like a motivational hormone, but when you play games and stuff, it tricks that. It's like tricking your dopamine system, right? So let's say you're playing a game. You get a source of bad dopamine where you get this instant fun without much effort. There's not much effort in turning on your PlayStation, right? It's going to make your enjoyment go through the roof. You're going to really enjoy it, right? But the thing is that it's not for free. You can't just create happiness. You can't just create enjoyment. When you have something good, it also needs to be something bad. So nothing would be fun if you weren't bored. So our brain, it automatically justifies that, and it makes it so that your normal day-to-day life is going to get more boring. So when you do something that's not as stimulating and as fun as playing a game, like for example, you go on a walk with your dog, you talk to your mother, you talk to your wife, you talk to your girlfriend, something that requires focus and it's not as stimulating, that's going to feel more boring to you because your dopamine system is down-regulated. Your baseline dopamine levels are lowered because you got this spike the day before from playing video games. So it's not even if you're playing a video game, for example, that is just you're just wasting time. No. It's actually that you're making your day-to-day life worse. You're going to focus less because you don't have the same enjoyment from working and focusing, studying, these slightly more boring things, yet they are essential for our life. So you're basically just stealing your future enjoyment for the enjoyment in the moment. So it's not that you're just wasting time, you're also destroying your mind. You're actually stealing fun from the future. And not only that, when you're doing these instant fun things like playing a video game, you're also helping someone else with their dream. You're helping the CEOs in the game company. You're helping the game developers that got bonuses if they hit certain downloads. You're helping these other developers. You're helping these people with their goals, with their dreams, with their meaningful things. Now, the layer above that is going to be engaged growth. So when you're playing a game, you're not even thinking, you're not learning new things, you're not using your brain. But the thing with game development is that it forces you to not only think, but you also solve problems and you generally just improve a lot of different skills. And that is going to give you so much more benefits from your brain because you're using your brain for how it's supposed to be. Your brain is supposed to be actually learning, solving problems, and being engaged in solving problems that actually matter. In the beginning of game development, there's going to be a lot of frustration moments, sure, where you need to debug your code maybe for a long while because you have no experience with debugging before. You have to spend hours just setting up something simple because you've never done it before. There might be something wrong with your PC or whatever. There's going to be a lot of frustrations. There's going to be a lot of learning. So in this phase, it's not going to feel as fun as gaming, but it's also going to be slightly rewarding and slightly fun to solve these problems because we as humans, we get dopamine from solving problems and actually doing things. We get dopamine from that as well. It's just much less than how our brain gets strict with video games and stuff. And unlike just spending your time playing video games, every hour that you spend developing actually compounds into your own skills, so you become a more skillful and competent person. After you've overcome the struggle of all this new information, all the problems that you have in the beginning, you're starting to feel ownership of the things that you do. This is also where you start thinking more like a creator and less like a consumer. And this is also the phase where you can start to be more creative. So you can imagine you probably have a dream game in your mind right now. You might have this game. I talked to a client of mine. His dream game is a Brawlhalla game. It's a 2D platformer. He has tons of pages of story that he has written down of game design, how he wants the game to be, right? You probably have something similar. After you come over the initial phase of hardness and the struggle of actually getting started, you can start working on this dream game, and I'm telling you, this is where things get really, really fun. This is the phase where I personally think that making games is more fun than playing them. Even though playing games is going to give you more instant dopamine, this is where you start getting other good feelings as well. You get a feeling of purpose, of proudness, of motivation, of meaning. This is where things actually get fun in different ways than just solving problems. This is where you finally can start thinking of and designing the systems that you want in the game. Every mechanic, system, idea, it becomes yours. You're the one that creates everything. You can do whatever you want. When you have programming skills, you might have some art skills, or at least skills from how to import art. You can basically do whatever you want. If you want to make the entire scene upside down just to see how it looks, you can do that. If you want to make a unique mechanic that you've never seen before, you just thought of it while you were in the shower, sure, go ahead, you can implement that in half an hour. You have this sick idea, sure, you can go ahead and implement. It's so fun having all these random ideas, and you can actually express these ideas and implement it into your own game. And as I said, this is where just game development becomes so much more fun. And us as humans, we just love having this creative expression. We love having something creative. So you might not have something creative in your life at all, right? And I'm telling you, just making games, having this creative outlet, this craft that you work on, game development, just having this is going to help you immensely in not just skill development, but in your entire life. Now you worked for your game for a few months, you already have the skills to do what you want, you can express your creativity, now you can feel fulfillment. And this is the point where you're actually a game developer. So when you finish your first small game, it gives you a level of pride that no game can ever do to you. So you can imagine the first battle royale you got in Fortnite, or the first win you got in a Roblox game, whatever. You probably felt small amount of proudness and a spike of dopamine in your body. But I'm telling you, when you work months on a game and you release it, even if the result isn't that good, the game might not be that good, you might get under 100 plays, downloads, whatever, it doesn't matter. You're still going to feel so extremely proud of actually making this product that you can show to the world. I can Google your game, or you can Google your own game, and it can come up. You can say to your family, if they ask you, what do you do? Well, I make games. What games have you made? You can tell them the game name and they can search it, they can download the game, and you actually have something to show. And this feeling, when you have something to show in real life, not inside of Fortnite, it just gives you this spike of proudness that a game could never give you. You literally spent months, hours, and you did a lot of intentional decisions to make this experience that someone else can play. How awesome is that? Imagine the proudness you would get if you finished a dream game that you have in your mind right now. If I could search for the name, you probably have a name or some unique twist to the game. If I search that up, your game would come up, and it would be the experience, the intentional choices that you made, you thought of, and I could experience that. How proud would you be if that was the case, if that was a reality? But instead, you're just sitting here playing video games, not learning anything, not spending your precious brain power. When you release one game, game development, it stops becoming a hobby and it becomes a part of your identity, because when you release one game, you're a game developer. With that being said, I also have a completely free community of aspiring game developers just like you, and you also get a free video course included so that you can start learning the basics the right way without feeling overwhelmed or just stuck in YouTube tutorials. You can actually start learning game development the right way, the quickest way and the best way, so that you can just fully focus on making your dream game as fast as possible. It's the first link in the description if you want to check it out. It's called Smart Indie, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, join Smart Indie. It's the first link below.